Hi everyone, my name is Mackenzie Krewson, and this is my video book review and reflection. I read the book titled Focus: Elevating the Essentials to Radically Improve Student Learning, written by Mike Schmoker. Throughout the book, Mike Schmoker describes a plan for radically improving student learning. This plan includes 3 core elements, including a focused and coherent curriculum, which is what we teach, clear and prioritized lessons, which is how we teach, and authentic literacy, otherwise known as purposeful reading and writing. What we teach refers to the actual implementation of a coherent, user-friendly curriculum, with topics and standards collectively selected by a team of teachers from the school or district. How we teach refers to the ordinary, structurally sound instruction that consists of just a few elements that educators have known about for decades, but that few educators are ever given the time and opportunity to master. Authentic literacy simply means purposeful and usually argumentative or interpretive reading, writing, and discussion. Authentic literacy is the spine, or the glue that holds everything together. Mike Schmoker shared a success story for an English teacher that focused primarily on providing simplicity, clarity, and priority in his teaching. The entire school made the largest writing gains in the state, increasing their scores on the high school exit exam from 59% to 85%, a 26% increase. A success story was shared for what we teach as well. Schmoker shared that Brockton High School is the largest school in Massachusetts, but it is also the lowest achieving. To change this, the school implemented a clear curriculum that told teachers what to teach and when. Over the next 10 years, Brockton High School went from being the lowest achieving school to being in the top 10% in the state. An important piece of how to teach is checks for understanding. Dylan William, a researcher, conducted more than 250 studies regarding formative assessments and checks for understanding. Findings conclude that doing formative assessments adds between 6 to 9 months of learning growth per school year per student. It was also found that students learn 4 times as fast when formative assessments and checks for understanding are being used. Mike Schmoker gave an example of planned, physical, and hidden curriculum in his book. The example provided for planned curriculum is that schools should have an outline when asking their students to write. Providing learners with an outline when writing reduces anxiety and increases confidence and coherence. An example of physical curriculum that Mike Schmoker provided is that every English curriculum should have about 8 to 10 core books, including plays. There should be about 10 poems and 10 short stories, as well as 10 to 20 newspaper, magazine speeches, or nonfiction articles. An English curriculum should include 70% of fiction texts and 30% of nonfiction texts. Mike Schmoker shared that everything that is read, regardless of the subject area, should be discussed. This is an example of hidden curriculum. He feels that a good curriculum should give the students an opportunity to share their thoughts, feelings, opinions, and interpretations. Thinking about the curriculum continuum, I feel that Mike Schmoker is on the scholar academic side of curriculum. I believe that Mike Schmoker resides with scholar academic because he frequently discusses the importance of simplicity in teaching. Schmoker shares a quote at the end of his book that says, "Liberal amounts of fairly ordinary curriculum-embedded reading, discussion, and writing will transform the lives of students." Schmoker believes in going back to the basics in education, which aligns with the scholar academic ideology. Understanding by Design is the contemporary curriculum development model that Mike Schmoker would likely use. Understanding by Design is an instructional design model that provides a framework for creating curriculum with student understanding at the heart of it. I feel that Understanding by Design most closely aligns with Schmoker and his theory surrounding curriculum and education because his main focus is to radically improve student learning through a focused and coherent curriculum. Mike Schmoker strongly believes that it is best for all educators and a department to create a common scripted curriculum with some space set aside for each teacher's favorite subjects and/or projects. Knowing this, I do not think that Schmoker would be a fan of personalized learning. Schmoker feels that differentiated instruction corrupted curriculum and effective instruction. It is clear that Schmoker resides with content-rich, coherent, and scripted curriculum rather than personalized learning. In general, I do not agree with Mike Schmoker and his stance on curriculum. While there are some aspects that I agree with, including the importance of discussion in education and providing learners with books to read rather than reading everything online, I do not agree that going back to the basics is the end-all be-all of education. I believe that students need differentiated instruction to be successful academically. As a learning support teacher, I know that every student learns differently, and what works for one student may not work for another. For this reason, I do not think that it is best practice to take away differentiation in teaching, and therefore I do not fully agree with Schmoker and his stance on curriculum. Throughout the book, Mike Schmoker describes a plan for radically improving student learning. This plan includes 3 core elements, including a focused and coherent curriculum, clear and prioritized lessons, and authentic literacy. While I do not fully agree with Schmoker and his stance, I can also see his side. I do not believe that there is one right way to create and teach curriculum. Although I tend to lean towards the personalized learning stance, I still feel that it is essential to include all the kinds of curriculum in your teaching. Thank you for taking the time to watch and listen to my video book review and reflection about the book, Focus: Elevating the Essentials to Radically Improve Student Learning, written by Mike Schmoker.